Wade,
Yes, sir.
serious question. Now, in an interview the other day, president of the GFF, Michael Ricketts, said that seeing how the World Cup qualifying campaign has turned out, there's a strong chance that we might not see back some of the English players for now. Quite possibly we might not see back some of them again, especially some of the older ones, right? Also, Paul Hall was asked the same question, and especially when in regards to this World Cup campaign, and this is what he had to say.
Are you concerned that, in the next set of World Cup qualifiers, if we're out, that, the president said that we may have to refrain from calling UK-based players to the team to save money? Are you concerned that you won't be able to pick your strongest team going forward? I'll let you answer that question before I ask my second one.
Okay, so I think what happens is we have to reflect on all our performances, including me, of my performance. And what that means is, since I've played, I think probably the best performance-wise, to answer Roger's question as well about players handling the ball under pressure. A lot of good performances have come from the Peru squad. So yes, if we can't call on players from there, this is going to be a long-term thing where there's going to be a certain rebuilding have to go on at some stage, and we've got to see it that way. Like we say, if we can't call, that we can only operate under the constraints that we're placed under. If we can call players who add value to what we're doing, excellent. But if we can't, then we just have to operate under the constraints that we're operating under.
All right, Wade. Now, me and you are going to discuss. So it's a matter of, I guess, finances. I guess it would not be financially prudent to send for these players, but it come back down to cohesion.
Right.
Again, the lack of cohesion. I understand that, yeah, you might have to bring in some younger players, but there are certain players that you have to, especially those that you see going forward, building the team around. You know what I mean? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, my opinion is definitely that. And I mean, right now, when it comes to national football, finances really should not be such a big deal as it is now, especially for a team that's already qualified for the World Cup, and a country that's allegedly has the best performing stock market in the world. I mean, really.
Private sector is doing well.
The private sector is doing well. So it's either JFF is doing poorly in securing funding, which I wouldn't doubt if that wasn't the case. Or it's just that they themselves are very poor at spending what has been allocated, but that cannot be an excuse. But yeah, cohesion is definitely key. We need to bring in a large player base together as possible. So that, not only to, determine who is the best available, but so that everybody gets to know each other, everybody gets to gel, because with the way the world is now, you'll never be able to consistently call the same team. So if a man gets the call up, he should be familiar with the side. He should come in and not only him be familiar with them, but the team be familiar with him and know his positives and his negatives. I know, boy, we had a drop in, say, same pace not good, but you can give team on any foot, no matter. You know what I mean? Those are the things that matter.
It's true. It's definitely true. I think now the job is to identify who you want to move forward with. It would make sense to probably be spending a lot of money on some of the older players. 1 and 2, you might have 1 and 2 exceptions. You might want to keep Mikel Antonio around. He's an exceptional player, although he's 31 now.
Yeah. But that type of athlete, he'll be prime next 5 years he'll definitely be prime to play, for sure.
Yeah, he might be be able to take some parts. Ethan Pinnock is what, 27, 28. You keep him around. Greg Lay is probably 27. You keep him around. Then but
Sir
Kevin
Leon
Stewart
for sure.
Huh?
Sir Leon for sure, still young.
Leon is very young. You have young King. Javane is young. We definitely have to try to find a good young keeper, or get one of our younger keepers exposed or out there playing at a higher level. Another thing I want them to do is stop selling our players short to some inferior leagues. We have a lot of talented players that waste their career in leagues that don't benefit them financially, career-wise, don't give them the proper status that they deserve. You know what I mean?
I think Jamaicans need to also come out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the MLS is very attractive to them because it's
not even the MLS. Home. If there were some more of them in the MLS, it wouldn't be so bad. But I think the USL is really doing them injustice. And so also for the Canadian Premier League, I just don't. Not to bash anybody, you have to make a living, so if you get an opportunity, you take it. But for example, seeing young Junior Fleming move from the USL to Toulouse, the second division in France, I think that is a great move. I think that is the kind of exposure that he need, the kind of football where he need to be playing. You understand?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so definitely we need to try to move our kids towards those kind of opportunities. Not everybody going to go to the English Premier League or whatever, or the first divisions in certain countries. But like we see young players going to Denmark, places like that. If we could get some more players over to like Greece, you know what I mean? Belgium, more players over to Belgium. Scottish Premier League, the said Championship, the League One. Those are good leagues for young players to cut their teeth in. That is where the bigger English clubs send their players, their younger players. So you would be amongst good young players. I mean, you know. Yeah, I see my video going in and out, so it means we probably need to wrap this one up as well. Wait. Yes, any final thoughts?
No, definitely. It goes back to what Coach Schaefer has been preaching about development.
Yeah.
I think if we're not going to develop it local, we definitely need to develop the systems and programs in place to do exactly what you've been saying and find these young footballers programs in leagues that are promising. You mentioned the Eredivisie, you know what I mean? But why not even South American leagues? I mean, I know
exactly.
the competition.
I have nothing. Yeah, exactly.
The competition is stiff, but this is just the Caribbean. The South American League is huge.
Yeah.
You must can find a spot.
Yeah.
You know, so I think. And that type of exposure. Imagine a Jamaican baller going to South America learning Spanish. The chances of him moving to a Premier League now is way better.
Yeah, or in Europe.
Now in Europe, for example, for that matter.
Yeah.
So we need real. That's why I go back to what I said earlier. Jamaicans need to step out of them comfort zone. We need to look at those places as a viable option. Yeah. And then I'm going to take out my old beating stick again, JFF. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the
local clubs,
the rest of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Right? Why haven't the Caribbean? I mean, we need to really realize that we need to come together more than those Carifta. You understand? And CARICOM. I mean, even CARICOM is a joke, right? It's really just us out there, Caribbean people, like really and truly. Nobody not understand our thing like we. Yeah. I speaking in Pato right now, but if you're watching this show in Trinidad, you're understanding exactly what I say.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just us, really. And we used to. What happened today with KC Kingston Lions versus TT Hawks, where that was a big deal. Yeah. Those matches probably play now. We don't know anything about that. We need to revitalize that culture again.
Yeah.
Really
what's that? I don't know about that. What was that?
What? Kingston, that was a football competition I played all the time. I used to watch it all the time, and I don't know the details because I was so young.
Back was that?
Like late 80s. That just dated myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Mr. Primo Vision. That's it, folks. That's a wrap.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. TT Hawks versus Kingston Lions was a big match that was always earlier than JBC, and
really?
a lot of people used to watch that. Yeah, man, for sure.
Whoa.
You know, we need to see more of that.
Yeah, man.
You know,
definitely. You know why I agree with you? Because there's definitely a stigma against us in the CONCACAF. We get treated badly. We're refereed against.
Exactly.
We're set up to be like even Warren Barrett said it in the other day in an interview. Even the competitions are set up for the USA and Mexico to meet in the final.
To win. Yeah, exactly. You know, so we need to have better representation that they have to deal with us serious. You know.
Yeah.
So why?
Yeah, we're kind of straight off topic, but there's a lot of things to discuss. But I'm glad we're kind of straight off topic as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to come because it's very important, and we might have to come back and discuss how do we improve Caribbean football on a whole, not even just Jamaica Reggae Boyz.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? If we are the standard and we perform like that in the qualifiers, then there's a lot of work to do. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. Wade, thank you for your time. As usual, remember, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.